Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what. Like, fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like, every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my number's going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Henry. Check, check. Double dog, double dog. That's the way. Henry. Mike Bobo.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
44, Mike, 44. I'm coming after you.
Now Young, throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. It's Young on first down. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
A first down throw for Young. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. The linebacker Bobby Wagner able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Young. To throw again. They get it to Sayers on the screen. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To the air once more, Young. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
One left. Get ready.
They run it with Carson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
No chance.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Kill. Gun. Check. Go 14. One left. Hey, alert.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Green 80. Check. Gun. No.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't. Turn that down at all.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Young to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And Young's throw there incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
This is Carson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Young. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
19. Check. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Alert.
To throw again, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dayon Buchanan able to record his 5th sack of the season. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Set, ready. Watch the run.
Young to throw it this time. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Carson. But he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
4 down. 25.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubber.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Defense. Look. Check your hot read.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Young, and he finds Howard complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Young, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
You think you won't get this? Back 55.
On 2nd down, Young again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The gun, it's Young. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 42. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 27, Young. Eluding the pressure right. Completes it to Corey Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now here's Young. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They will run with Grant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Young will set to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Matt Gay on for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
All right, T. Hey, 0-0.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
A run at Sayers' right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
44, Mike, 44. I got him.
They go play action here on first down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 14-yard touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken short. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
It's just me and you. Switch. Alert. 66, pull it, pass. Go. Let's go, defense. Our time.
They'll run on first down. Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Run left. 56 to Mike. Good guys, 4 down. Strip that ball. Mike's 50. Hayward. Mike's 56. Rip right. Mike 56.
On second and a couple. Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Kill. 12. Kill. Turn up. Chance. Zebra. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Dayon Buchanan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back. Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. If they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
And a Buccaneer first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Young. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Sayers. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Check. I'm going to you. Check.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
First down, Tampa Bay.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A run. This is Sayers. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Nice hit, boy.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Switch.
Young working out of the gun. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter, and the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Fighting through it, he's got space, and he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive a few moments ago. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique, his ability.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Touchdown.
Great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score 28.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
You ready?
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. Yeah, how does that affect the psyche? Or am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of the team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brought down back at the 27.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. This throw complete, Wilson finding Lockett. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Check, check, check. Good job right there, good job right there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Option right, Young. And an alley to run. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Young. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Go, go. Go, 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 go.
Here's Young. He completes it to Evans. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with a Hall of Famer, Sayers. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 31, Young. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Young running the option left. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Young now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The Bucs on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Young from the shotgun. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. 3rd down here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch time. Hey. Gun. My game. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
And the blitz does come. Able to find Roller. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Now Wilson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
14.
Wilson now. Going to throw again. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw on third down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Ready. 44. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Wilson to throw. This complete to Lockett. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Go, 14. Here we go. Shift.
Throwing now is Wilson, fighting to stay upright. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Far left. 14, fight it. 15. Check safety. Check three. Green,
Here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Incomplete in the end zone. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I'll go special. Hang out. Bam. Hey, 0. 36 power. Check.
They'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Check. There. Switch.
Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dayon Buchanan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They run with Sayers. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. 3rd and 4, and this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise.
Right there, 54, right there.
They'll try to... Young loses the football. It's stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Go 14.
He'll look to throw. That's complete into the hands of Carson. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Buccaneers, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel, get a bird's eye view. Hotel, get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.